People think love always announces itself. They think it comes loudly with promises, with touch, with words that sound honest enough to believe. But in this city, love moves quietly. It hides in everyday places, like a small coffee shop at the corner of a waking street in Kigali. That's where Amani lives her life. Amani is the kind of woman you notice without trying to. Big, dark-skinned, soft around the edges, with eyes too expressive to lie and a laugh that makes strangers feel like they belong. She owns the coffee shop, not just the business, but the mood. People come for the coffee, but they stay because of her. To most people, Amani is joy, the happy woman, the safe woman. Then there is Leah. Leah works beside her day after day, watching the world pass through those glass doors. She knows Amani better than most, knows when the smiles are real and when they're rehearsed. If Amani is the heart of the shop, Leah is its memory, quiet, observant, always listening. And then there are the men. Men who mistake warmth for invitation, men who see softness and think it means permission, men who call it love when what they really want is access. Some of them stay long enough to learn Amani's name. Some of them don't. From the outside, this looks like a simple story. A woman, a city, small moments that feel like connection. But stories like this are never simple. Because not all love is meant to save, some love only takes, and some smiles are learned. This is not a story about romance, it's a story about how easily people misunderstand women who look happy, and what happens when being misunderstood goes on for too long. Some mornings change nothing, others change everything without asking permission. That morning, Amani did not wake up expecting anything new. She opened the shop the way she always did, same key, same breath, same smile practiced in the mirror. Kigali moved gently outside, wrapped in sunlight and routine. Then the bell rang. He entered quietly, not rushed, not loud, like someone who had learned to move through unfamiliar places with curiosity instead of confidence. His name was Arnold. He wasn't from Kigali. You could hear it in the way he asked questions. You could see it in how his eyes lingered, on the walls, the shelves, the people, like he was collecting moments. England had shaped him, but Africa still lived somewhere in his bones. Amani noticed him immediately, not because he tried to be noticed, but because he didn't. Tall, calm, soft-spoken, the kind of man who looks like he listens even before you speak. For the first time that morning, her smile wasn't automatic. It surprised her. Arnold ordered coffee slowly, mispronouncing the name and laughing at himself. Amani corrected him gently. Their fingers almost touched when she handed him the cup. Almost. He thanked her like it mattered. He sat near the window, stayed longer than most, watched the city instead of his phone. And when he looked at her face, not her body, not her size, her eyes. That alone was enough to confuse her. They spoke in small pieces at first. Where are you from? How long are you staying? Is the coffee always this good? Nothing dramatic, nothing dangerous, just conversation that felt easy. Amani found herself laughing differently, slower, softer, like she wasn't performing. Arnold returned the next day, and the day after that. He said the coffee shop felt peaceful, that Kigali made more sense when he sat there in the morning, that something about the place felt grounding. He didn't flirt loudly, he didn't rush closeness, he didn't ask for more than she was already giving. For the first time in a long time, Amani didn't feel like she was being consumed. She felt chosen. Leah noticed it immediately, the way Amani fixed her hair before opening the shop, the way she stood a little taller when Arnold walked in, the way her laughter stayed with her even after he left. This one, Leah thought quietly, this one might matter. And that was the danger, because love doesn't always arrive to hurt you. Sometimes it arrives gently, so gently you forget to protect yourself. Amani began to imagine things again, small things, harmless things, mornings that didn't feel heavy, being seen without explanation, being wanted without being reduced. She forgot, just for a moment, who she had taught herself to become, and Arnold, with his quiet voice and foreign stories, had no idea what he had walked into, or what he had awakened. Some mornings change everything. Some conversations echo in your heart long after the words are spoken. It began one ordinary morning in the coffee shop. Arnold lingered by the counter, fiddling with his cup. He looked nervous in that quiet, careful way. "Amani, would you like to go out with me?" he asked. His voice was soft, but steady, honest. Amani blinked. Her lips curved into a smile, nervous and cautious. Yes, she said finally, surprising even herself. Leah, who had been stacking cups nearby, leaned close, whispering, "Are you sure about this?" Amani laughed lightly, shaking her head. "I think he's good for me, Leah. Really good." Leah didn't argue. She just watched, quietly protective, silently hoping her friend wouldn't get hurt. The first date was simple but unforgettable. They walked through the streets of Kigali, morning slowly giving way to afternoon. Arnold spoke of England, of travels, of the things he missed about home, but also of the things he loved here. Amani listened, not just with her ears, but with her heart. For the first time in a long time, she felt someone was seeing her whole, not just her body. They laughed at small things, shared stories over coffee again, this time outside the shop. Every look, every smile, every gesture felt like a promise, even if unspoken. By the end of the date, Amani felt lighter. A warmth she hadn't remembered in years, as if hope itself had returned to her. Multiple dates, building trust. Days turned into weeks. Morning coffee dates, evening walks. Kigali's streets and hills became their quiet world. Arnold didn't rush her. He didn't demand her time, her body, or her heart. He asked, he listened, he waited, and Amani began to notice how different it felt to be trusted, how different it felt to let someone in slowly, how safe it felt to laugh without reservation. She shared things she never shared with men before, her dreams, her past disappointments, the way she sometimes hated her reflection. Arnold listened, always gently, always with patience, always with a smile that said, "You are enough as you are." It was a quiet night. The coffee shop was closed, the streets outside were empty. Arnold had walked her home, and as they stood on her balcony looking at the city lights, he took her hands in his. "Amani," he said, voice low and earnest, "I love you." Her heart stopped, not from fear, but from recognition. Recognition that she had waited for someone to say this, but never believed it could be true. Tears pricked her eyes, not from sadness, but from relief. She leaned in. He leaned closer. And for the first time in years, Amani let herself be held completely. That night, she didn't just sleep next to him. She slept without walls, without masks, without fear. Safe, warm, believed in. Love doesn't always arrive the way you expect. Sometimes it's patient, sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it asks you to believe before you even know you can. And Amani? She believed. Finally. Sometimes the people you trust the most are the ones who test you. Sometimes love can feel safe until it becomes a trap. Morning sunlight spilled across Arnold's apartment. Amani sat on the couch, feeling the rare warmth of safety. For the first time in weeks, she let herself relax, let herself hope. Then Arnold's phone rang. He excused himself, moving toward the balcony. "Just work stuff," he said casually, but the tension in his shoulders didn't lie. Amani nodded, smiling softly, oblivious to what was about to happen. Arnold returned, his calm demeanor fractured by urgency. "Hey, baby," he said, voice strangely clipped. "You have to go." Amani blinked. "Go? Where? Why?" Her voice trembled. Arnold's eyes darkened, unreadable. "You can't destroy this for me," he said. "I'll explain later. Just jump." "Jump!" she gasped, taking a step back. "Jump! What are you talking about? Are you insane?" "Trust me," he said. "Just jump. It's the only way." Her heart raced. Confusion, fear, and disbelief collided. Amani's mind spun. Jump! Why is he saying this? Am I being tested? Is this some twisted joke? The city below the balcony looked impossibly far. The street seemed peaceful, almost mocking in its calm. She looked at Arnold, searching for reason, for any hint of safety. But his eyes, they were unreadable. Why is he so calm, she thought. Why does he keep saying this? Her breathing grew shallow. Her pulse hammered in her ears. Confusion and fear overwhelmed her. The words, the situation, the uncertainty. It was too much. Her legs moved before her brain caught up. She stepped toward the balcony edge. "Wait!" she thought she heard, but it was too late. She fell. Wind whipped past her face. The city stretched endlessly beneath her, heart in her throat, adrenaline screaming, "I'm falling. What is happening? What is going on?" The ground rushed up to meet her, and for a terrifying heartbeat the world seemed to stop. Amani hit the street hard but managed to scramble to her feet. Her legs trembled. Her mind was a storm of panic and disbelief. She ran blindly, heart pounding, thoughts spinning. Arnold, why? Why would he? Is he trying to protect me? Or hurt me? What did he mean? Destroy this for him? Every corner, every alley, every shadow seemed threatening. She didn't notice the figures around her, didn't hear the city's normal hum. All she could feel was the chaos inside and outside. Through the blur of streets and her frantic escape, a voice cut through the confusion. "Baby, I missed you!" Amani didn't see her. She didn't know who it was. All she felt was a strange pull, like someone else had entered the chaos of her flight. But she didn't stop. She didn't look. She ran faster, fear and adrenaline guiding her, every instinct screaming to survive. The voice echoed behind her, distant yet present. "Who is that?" she thought, heart still racing. "What is happening?" Amani ran through the city like never before. Narrow streets that twisted and turned, vibrant marketplaces filled with noise and color, motorcycles weaving past in dangerous rhythm, children playing, oblivious to the chaos. The city itself felt alive, almost hostile, yet she had no time to process it. Her mind kept replaying Arnold's words, "You can't destroy this for me." What does he mean? What is this? Fear, confusion, and adrenaline clouded every thought. Every step was survival. Every heartbeat, a drum of panic. Sometimes the people we love are not what we think. Sometimes the world itself becomes a maze, and the truth hides in the shadows. Amani thought she trusted Arnold. She thought she loved him. She thought she was safe. But the city had other plans. And sometimes, the truth only comes when you're already falling. The camera, or animation, follows Amani disappearing into the streets, still trembling and disoriented. The mysterious woman's voice echoes faintly behind her. She has not yet revealed herself. Arnold watches silently from his apartment balcony, calm, unreadable, almost inhumanly composed. Everything is uncertain. Everything is dangerous. Some people enter your life quietly, like sunlight. Others enter like storms, leaving chaos in their wake. Some ask for forgiveness, not out of love, but out of control. Amani ran through the doors of her coffee shop, breathing heavily, tears streaming down her face. The usual morning bustle stopped. Customers froze mid-bite, mid-sip, mid-laughter. Every eye turned toward her, startled. Leah was behind the counter, and the moment she saw Amani, she dropped the tray she was holding. "Girl, what happened? Are you okay? Calm down. Tell me." Amani's voice trembled as she gasped for air. I can't explain everything here, but something terrible happened. I'm not the only one. He's... Leah grabbed her arms. "He's what? Calm down. What happened?" Amani shook her head, unable to stop the tears. I stayed at Arnold's apartment. The phone rang. And then he told me to jump. He made me jump. And after I fell, I heard a woman's voice. Leah's face turned pale. "Oh, no, girl, this can't be real. He made you jump?" Amani nodded. "It's true, I jumped. He was behind me. He didn't stop me. I don't know what's real anymore. Leah grabbed her face. I didn't trust him from the start. He looked too good to be true. Maybe he's a liar. Maybe he's manipulative. A narcissist. Amani whispered, "It's worse than you think. We can't talk here. Too many people are watching. I need time." Days passed. Arnold came back. Not angry, not demanding. Calm. Almost broken. "Amani, please," he said softly, voice trembling. "I was scared. I panicked. I didn't mean for you to. I love you. Please. Forgive me." Leah crossed her arms, her face full of anger. "Girl, don't trust him. He's dangerous. He manipulates. This is narcissism in action." Amani hesitated, heart torn, mind dizzy. I want to believe him," she whispered. I want to believe he loves me." Arnold smiled faintly. "I know I've done wrong, but back in the UK, life, depression, loneliness, it made me act this way. I panicked. I didn't want to lose you." Leah shook her head in disbelief. "Girl, do you see this? He's playing with your heart. Don't fall for this." Amani swallowed, slowly, painfully. She forgave him. Weeks passed. Arnold became attentive, careful with his words, appearing loving and kind. They went on quiet morning walks through Kigali streets. He came to her coffee shop, sitting for hours, smiling, buying pastries, acting like nothing had ever happened. Amani declined going to his house at first. I don't want to feel strange again. That time, you made me jump. I can't go through that again." Arnold held her hands. "I was wrong. I panicked. I was alone, depressed. It doesn't excuse my actions, but I swear I'll never hurt you like that again." Despite Leah's warnings, Amani started trusting him again. Dates, coffee, quiet dinners at home, smiles, laughter, hope. One morning, Amani noticed her body felt different. Tiredness, nausea, strange heaviness. She stood in front of the bathroom mirror, hands shaking, positive. She was pregnant. She smiled through tears, unsure whether it was joy, fear, or anger. Hoping to share the news, she went to Arnold's apartment. She knocked. The door opened, not Arnold. A woman stood there, confident, calm, clearly at home. "Yes?" the woman asked. Amani tried to speak. I'm here to see Arnold." The woman smiled faintly. "You mean my husband?" Amani froze. "Husband? What do you mean?" The woman's voice was calm, sharp. "We've been married for 7 years. We live in the UK. He came here before me." Amani's stomach sank. "No, that's impossible. He told me he was single, that he loved me." The woman laughed softly. "Boyfriend? What boyfriend?" "No, he is mine. You're just another fool who believed his lies." Amani didn't speak. She turned silently and walked away, clutching her stomach. Later, Arnold called. "What did you do? Why did you go to my house?" His voice sharp, furious. Amani swallowed. "I know you're married, and I'm pregnant." Silence. Then rage erupted. His voice cut through the phone. "Pregnant? I don't want that baby. I don't want you. You're fat. You're ugly. I only slept with you because I thought you were lonely. I thought you'd be easy. You meant nothing." Amani's hands shook. Her lips curled into a small, controlled smile. "You wanted to destroy me," she whispered, calm but piercing. "I survived," Arnold screamed. You... She ended the call, heart steady, smile lingering. He begged, she forgave, he lied, he manipulated. And when the truth came, it crashed into her life like a storm. Amani didn't lose love. She lost an illusion. The sun rose slowly over Kigali, but inside Amani's coffee shop, the world seemed still. The smell of fresh coffee and baked pastries filled the air, but Amani moved through it like a ghost, calm, collected. Her large eyes scanned the room, her movements deliberate, graceful, almost serene. Leah, behind the counter, noticed a passerby gasp outside the window. Her steps were quick, uneven. "Amani." "Do you know what happened?" she asked, her voice shaking. Amani paused, wiping a cup. "No. What happened?" she asked, her tone calm, unnervingly calm. "Remember Arnold, the man from the UK, living here with his wife?" Amani's face didn't change. She tilted her head slightly, her expression unreadable. "What about him?" the woman outside whispered, trembling. "His wife, she killed him." Leah's hands flew to her mouth. "Girl, the father of your child, he's dead. She killed him, found in her house, with a knife, tried to kill herself, cut out her tongue, but survived." Amani blinked slowly, calm, measured. Her lips curved faintly. I see." Leah's voice rose in panic. "Are you serious? Are you even shocked? He was terrible, but he's dead." Amani adjusted her apron, serene, almost smiling. "Let's get to work." Her tone was so calm it was unnerving. By midday, 2 men in crisp uniforms arrived at the coffee shop, identifying themselves as officers from the Rwandan Investigation Bureau. "Good afternoon. We need to ask you about Arnold," one said, calm but firm. Amani nodded politely. "What questions?" You are carrying his child, correct?" Amani's eyes flickered. Her large, dark eyes seemed to swallow the room. She took a deep breath. "Yes, he lied. He told me he was single. I went to his house. I told his wife I was pregnant. He hated me. Called me fat, ugly, worthless. He was the father of my child, and now he is dead." The younger officer whispered to his partner, uneasy. "Are we sure we can trust her?" "Why not? She's a local. Been here a long time. She's grounded," the senior officer replied. Amani's voice cracked but remained steady. "I didn't kill anyone. His wife, she did. She went mad, traumatized, but..." Her pause hung heavy. "I feel nothing. I am calm." Meanwhile, Arnold's wife was taken to jail. She sat slumped in her cell, pen in hand, writing obsessively in a notebook. "I didn't kill him. I didn't. She did. She ruined everything. He was mine. He lied." Her tongue gone, her voice gone. Only her words could speak her torment. Other inmates gave her strange looks. She barely ate, barely moved. Her eyes were hollow. She repeated the words over and over. Outside her cell, the world continued, but inside, she was trapped in silence, fear, and guilt. At home, Amani sat in her small apartment. Her big frame curled slightly on a chair, her hands resting on her large stomach, a visible symbol of life she carried and the betrayal that haunted her. The calm on her face masked a storm inside. Her mind replayed every moment: Arnold's lies, his manipulation, his cruel, narcissistic words, the way he begged for forgiveness but never changed, how he made her jump from the window, how he thought her life and feelings were disposable. Her breathing deepened. The calm shifted into cold, methodical rage. They say memories can heal. They say time erases pain. But some memories ignite it. Some betrayals plant seeds that grow into monsters. Amani sat alone in her apartment that night. The city lights of Kigali flickered outside the window, illuminating her large frame in patches of orange and gold. Her coffee shop was quiet now, empty, distant. The aroma of roasted beans lingered faintly in the air, a cruel reminder of normal life. She traced her fingers along the edge of her cup, her nails tapping lightly, almost like a heartbeat counting down. He didn't see me. He never saw me. All the mornings I smiled, all the laughter I shared, all the cups of coffee I poured with care. Nothing. He thought my body, my heart, my life were his to toy with. He thought I was disposable. He thought I would forgive. He was wrong. Amani closed her eyes, seeing the memory as though it were happening again. Arnold's hand on her shoulder, his voice soft, almost soothing. "Jump, Amani. Trust me." Her heart had pounded, her stomach quivered, but she had obeyed. She remembered the moment her feet left the floor, the air rushing past her, the dizzying fear, the betrayal slicing deeper than any knife. She had trusted him, she had believed him, and he had used her. I trusted him. I gave him everything, my heart, my body, my future. And he laughed. He called me fat, ugly, unworthy. He said he only wanted what he could take from me. She remembered the mornings they shared in his apartment, the gentle smiles, the soft touches, the whispered, "I love you," that tasted like poison. He had been charming, intoxicating, until the mask fell. He had begged for forgiveness with false tears. He had twisted her words, made her doubt herself. He had smiled while she cried, pretending love while planning deceit. He thought he could control me. He thought I would bend. He thought I would stay small, quiet, like the world demanded. He was wrong. Amani's hands went to her stomach instinctively. The life growing inside her child, was proof of what he had taken and destroyed. The moment she told him she was pregnant, his eyes had gone cold. "I don't want this," he had spat. "I didn't want you. I didn't love you. You're fat, disgusting, replaceable." A part of me died that day, but another awakened, a fire, a storm, a hunger for justice that no one could stop. Amani opened her eyes. Her reflection in the window stared back at her. Her big eyes, normally soft and joyful, now burned with intent. Her curves, her size, her body, once her insecurity, were now a shield and a weapon. Her hands, which had served coffee with warmth, could now craft vengeance with precision. She smiled faintly, eerily. "They think I am kind. They think I am joyful. They think I am soft. But joy can hide rage. Kindness can hide cunning. And love can hide a storm." Her gaze hardened. She began to pace slowly around the room. Every step measured, every breath controlled. "I will make him see what it means to toy with a woman's life. I will make him understand the weight of betrayal. I will make the world remember. Never use someone who has loved fully, trusted fully, and been pushed too far." Amani arrived at Arnold's apartment. She watched from a distance, her large figure hidden by shadows. She memorized exits, windows, doors, even patterns of light from inside. She imagined the confrontation, rehearsed every sentence, every movement. The calm on her face made her look almost beautifully serene, but inside, her mind was a maze of vengeance, darkness, and obsession. Days later, Amani knocked. Arnold opened, surprised. "Amani, what are you doing here?" She slowly revealed the gun. "Sit down, both of you, or I swear I'll kill you." The wife screamed on the phone, frozen with terror. Amani's voice was low, cold, controlled. "Sit, now, with your husband, right now." Arnold tried to speak. "Amani, please." She ignored him. "You came into my life, destroyed it, manipulated me, made me jump, made me pregnant, begged for forgiveness, while never changing. Do you know what happens to men like you? To men who toy with hearts?" Arnold pleaded. I didn't mean it." Amani smiled darkly. "Forgive you? No. You will feel every ounce of pain you caused me." Amani moved like a shadow. She approached the wife first. She cut the wife's tongue, silencing her. She forced the wife to wear stolen clothes, mimicking her revenge with precision and symbolism. She turned to Arnold, stabbing repeatedly, mercilessly, until he collapsed. Every motion was cold, methodical, terrifying. Her face serene as blood spilled across the apartment floor. "Don't joke. Don't toy with someone who's tired of being used. Don't play with someone who's already broken, because when they break everything in return." She wasn't a monster. She wasn't cruel. She was survival. She was justice.